Have you ever sensed the accumulation in your living space slowly eroding your tranquility? If you're past 70 and simply weary of it, trust me, you are in very good company. In my role as a clinician, I've observed time and again how beloved belongings can subtly transform, generating strain on your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, quietly depleting your invaluable vitality. Consider my patient, Lawrence, who encountered genuine risk from towering stacks of possessions and felt his inner calm gradually disappear. But I assure you, a gentle, productive path exists. Today, I will share 5 specific categories of items that have no place in a genuinely serene, manageable home. Stay with me until the conclusion, because you will learn precisely how to regain command of your environment, re-establish harmony, and rediscover the pure delight of living with lightness and freedom. And believe me, you will not want to overlook the final, vital insight regarding keepsakes. It could be the secret to genuinely easing your emotional burdens. My guidance today stems from real-world observation, crafted entirely for your wellness. Now, before we explore our first category, if this sensation of being overwhelmed by your dwelling truly connects with you, please type a simple "understood" in the comments below. It helps us all recognize we share this experience. Okay, let's begin. Category 1, obsolete documents and neglected records. Let's commence with something that frequently conceals itself in full view, quietly undermining your peace. Obsolete documents and neglected records. I'm referring to those piles of old statements, lapsed guarantees, medical paperwork you no longer require, and financial records for what seems like an era ago. They silently accumulate in cabinets, storage areas, and yes, occasionally even beneath furniture, becoming a silent accumulation of unfinished tasks that burdens you. Many individuals retain these due to that persistent thought, what if I require it one day? But from a psychological standpoint, each instance you glimpse that disordered pile, your mind perceives it as an unresolved matter, a low-level stress trigger, constantly prodding your consciousness, even if you aren't completely conscious of it. This transcends mere paper. It concerns the cognitive load. As we advance in years, our minds naturally favor clarity over disarray. The sheer quantity of documents can feel completely overpowering, turning a straightforward task like locating a current insurance document into a frantic search. This isn't solely about physical area. It's about safeguarding your precious mental capacity. This quiet disarray directly contributes to that underlying unease, that persistent sense of, I can't fully unwind. Oh, I really should address that. It causes your home to feel less like a refuge and more like an interminable list of chores, which, let's be honest, is the absolute last thing you need in your later years. I've witnessed it repeatedly in my time working with seniors. A tidy, organized area frequently leads directly to a more lucid, tranquil mind. For credibility, recall that most financial advisors and even tax authorities typically suggest retaining financial documents for approximately 7 years. Anything beyond that usually just creates unnecessary volume and needless anxiety. I knew a remarkable man named Lawrence in his mid-70s. His extra room was filled with cartons from his former profession years of records he planned to sort. He had postponed it for so long it felt insurmountable. But one weekend, with some assistance from a supportive neighbor, they addressed it together. Lawrence ultimately shredded nearly all of it, preserving only a small number of truly significant documents. He told me, "Doctor, I felt unburdened, as though an immense, silent weight had been removed from my shoulders." So, here's what you can do, and it's more straightforward than you imagine. Designate just one afternoon. Play your preferred music, perhaps some soothing classical or nostalgic jazz that brings you comfort. Review your files individually. Anything older than 7 years, particularly those old tax filings, can almost always be securely destroyed unless your financial consultant specifically advises otherwise. Medical forms and insurance policies that have been superseded or are no longer valid truly have no right to occupy your valuable space. Create one compact, clearly identified folder or container for your crucial papers. Marriage certificates, trusts, identification, and current insurance information. And then here is the essential part. Grant yourself permission to release the remainder. Shred it. Discard it. Liberate yourself. This is about respecting your present and future self. Clearing out this paperwork isn't merely about creating physical room in your filing cabinet. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of the past and genuinely concentrating on the present. You gain a quiet assurance from knowing exactly where your important documents are and from not being encumbered by items that have outlived their purpose. It's a significant stride toward daily peace of mind. Category 2, idle kitchen tools and redundant utensils. Proceeding to the kitchen, a place that should be the core of the home, we often discover a stealthy offender: idle kitchen tools and redundant utensils. How many of us possess a spare electric kettle, 2 or 3 can openers, a food processor that ceased functioning years ago, or specialized gadgets you used possibly once, like that panini press or electric griddle? You might have kept that extra coffee maker just in case, or because someone gifted it to you. But let's be truthful, it's likely collecting dust and little more. These objects, even when stored in a cupboard, generate visual clutter and physical barriers. They make your kitchen feel more confined, more challenging to navigate, and considerably more difficult to keep truly clean. From a practical viewpoint, it drains your energy attempting to locate the one functional tool among several defective ones, or the correct container for the correct leftover. As we age, simplicity of movement and efficiency become even more crucial. A cluttered kitchen doesn't merely appear untidy. It can actually present a tripping risk or complicate reaching for items. It's about optimizing your daily surroundings for safety, comfort, and simple pleasure in meal preparation. If you find yourself exhaling in frustration when you open a cupboard or dreading cooking because it feels like a struggle to locate what you require, these unused items are certainly contributing to that aggravating sensation. Consider it this way. Every tool should genuinely earn its spot by simplifying your life or bringing you happiness. If it hasn't been utilized in the past year, or if you cannot even recall why you kept it, it's time for a candid conversation with yourself. You merit a clear, functional kitchen. I recall a lovely woman named Beatrice in her 80s who had a cabinet absolutely crammed with old juicers and mixers, each absent a different component. When her granddaughter visited and kindly inquired about them, Beatrice chuckled, realizing she couldn't remember when she last used the majority. They dedicated a Saturday to sorting what was operational and what could be donated. By day's end, Beatrice's kitchen seemed larger, brighter, and much simpler to move within. She found herself smiling each morning when she entered to prepare her tea, simply appreciating the clean, open area she had reclaimed for herself. So, here is your simple, practical step. Disconnect all appliances from your counters and take a sincere, honest assessment. Set aside anything damaged, obsolete, or supplanted by a more recent model. Be truthful. That specialty steamer you purchased on impulse but never mastered. The hand mixer with absent attachments. They are not serving you now and are merely occupying valuable room. Pass them along to relatives, acquaintances, or local charitable organizations. Grant those items a new purpose and assist someone else in need. You deserve a kitchen that functions for you, not against you. Clearing out these items accomplishes far more than just liberating physical space. It markedly diminishes the daily mental exertion required to find what you truly need. When you open a drawer or cabinet and see only the items you use and cherish, your entire kitchen feels more welcoming, more peaceful. You will be more inclined to prepare nutritious meals, tidy up promptly, and genuinely relish your precious time at home. If you are still with me and discovering these perspectives truly beneficial, please do me a kindness and comment clarity below to inform me you are here. And if you have not yet, consider subscribing and activating notifications so you do not miss any of our forthcoming content. Your support genuinely aids us in continuing to produce quality material to inform and uplift you. Category 3, overstuffed clothing storage and unworn attire. Now, let's discuss our wardrobes and chests of drawers. The third source of concealed disarray, particularly for those of us past 70, is an overstuffed clothing storage. I'm referring to blouses that no longer fit well, jackets we haven't worn in seasons, footwear that causes discomfort, and adornments stored away and entirely forgotten. It is very easy to allow these items to accumulate, thinking, I might wear it again eventually, or retaining them purely for the treasured memories they hold. A jam-packed wardrobe isn't just inefficient. It's a silent origin of decision exhaustion. Each morning you confront a multitude of choices, many of which are ill-fitting or uncomfortable, rendering the simple act of dressing unexpectedly stressful. This can quietly undermine your confidence and energy. And frankly, who requires that? As our bodies change gracefully, so do our attire requirements and tastes. Comfort, ease of motion, and practicality become supreme. Holding on to garments that do not suit your current physique or way of living is actually clinging to a version of the past that no longer exists, which can be subtly emotionally taxing. If you sigh each time you open your wardrobe, if you strive to find an ensemble that makes you feel truly positive, or if you feel you have nothing to wear despite a closet filled to capacity, this is definitely a concern that warrants a gentle resolution. My counsel, a more compact, carefully chosen wardrobe actually grants you more liberty, not less. It streamlines your mornings and guarantees everything you possess makes you feel excellent. Preserving items boxed away, accumulating dust, does not genuinely honor those recollections. It merely conceals them. A photograph can often preserve a memory more effectively than a tangible piece of clothing. I knew a man named Harold, now in his early 70s, who finally addressed his completely overfilled wardrobe one autumn. He discovered 4 nearly identical flannel shirts he had totally forgotten, trousers from his career days that no longer suited him, and more caps than he had worn in years. By generously donating what he did not need and thoughtfully arranging the remainder, Harold regained space, rediscovered old preferred items, and even motivated his companions to do the same. He told me it was like inhaling fresh air for the first time in a long while. So, here is a gentle method. Remove everything from your wardrobe and drawers. Set aside anything you wear regularly and genuinely feel good wearing. For the rest, ask yourself truthfully, does this still fit comfortably? Does it make me feel positive? Have I worn it in the last year? If the response is negative to any of those, it's time to gently release it. For truly significant pieces that evoke powerful memories, take a lovely photograph to preserve that memory before passing it on. Donate what you can to local charities, community centers, or groups that aid individuals in need. Bestow favorite gloves or shawls to friends or family who will truly appreciate them. You are creating space for the present you and all the wonderful experiences yet to come. Possessing a smaller, more deliberate wardrobe does not mean relinquishing fashion or diversity. It means selecting your closet to include only what you adore and utilize, creating room for new memories and eliminating daily stress. You will find it is simpler to maintain your space orderly, to dress without hassle, and to feel truly composed every single day. You are honoring yourself by making space for the present. And the next occasion you look in your wardrobe, you will see selections that make you smile, not sigh. Category 4. Superfluous furnishings and cumbersome ornaments. The 4th frequent offender concerning clutter, particularly in residences where individuals have resided for an extended period, is simply an excess of furnishings and oversized decorations that no longer fulfill a real function in your current life. Over a lifetime, it is very easy to accumulate additional seating, former nightstands, display units, and ornamental objects that once suited a bigger family or a dissimilar lifestyle. As time progresses and our needs evolve, those large, weighty items can begin to make your living area feel congested, hard to move through, and even, I dare say, hazardous. From a safety perspective, excessive furniture creates obstructions, considerably elevating the risk of slips and falls, which, as we know, can have severe repercussions. From a functional viewpoint, it complicates cleaning and maintaining your home, draining your physical stamina. Visually, it can make a room feel smaller and more disordered rather than airy, calming, and truly inviting. Our homes should adjust to us particularly as we age. If your home still appears as it did when your children were adolescents and you entertained large festive meals, but now it is primarily just you, it is a mismatch. Your home should mirror your current lifestyle and necessities, not be a museum to the past. If you find yourself colliding with objects, if moving around feels like maneuvering through an obstacle course, or if you dread cleaning because there's simply so much to wipe and shift, these items are definitely contributing to your daily irritations and potentially even your physical peril. I always counsel my patients, take a slow, mindful stroll through each room and simply observe how you feel. Is it easy to move from one spot to another? Do you possess furniture you no longer utilize, like a formal living room set that only hosts visitors annually, or a large entertainment center that has simply become a repository for miscellaneous items? Remember, your home should serve you, making your life simpler and more comfortable. I recall a lovely woman named Agnes in her 70s who realized her den was absolutely crammed with furniture she had inherited from relatives over the years. While each piece had a history and sentimental worth, collectively they rendered the room difficult to utilize, hard to walk through, and felt heavy. Agnes wisely chose to keep her favorite comfortable sofa and a modest side table for her reading lamp, and she affectionately gave the remainder to her grandchildren and a nearby thrift store. Her home became much simpler to manage, and she told me she felt lighter, freer, and genuinely safer in her daily routine. So, here is your next gentle step. Begin by identifying the most unwieldy or unused pieces. Perhaps there's a love seat no one finds cozy anymore, or coffee tables that merely gather periodicals and dust. Ask yourself, does this item still serve me? Does it aid or obstruct my daily life? If it is just occupying space, contemplate passing it to a relative, selling it, or donating it to someone who will truly value it. The more you release, the simpler your home becomes to clean, maintain, and genuinely enjoy. And do not forget cumbersome ornaments. Large planters, figurines, synthetic foliage, or elaborate wall art. They may have matched your preference once, but if they now feel overpowering or misplaced, it is perfectly acceptable to simplify. Retain just a few treasured pieces. Remove the rest. Bestow upon yourself the gift of a calmer, more open, and easier to navigate home. This process is not about stripping your home of its personality or precious memories. It is about making conscious choices to support your comfort, safety, and overall wellness. Removing superfluous furnishings and cumbersome ornaments is a caring act, not just for yourself, but for those who visit and assist in caring for you. It significantly lowers the risk of stumbling, makes it easier to keep things neat, and creates a more hospitable, peaceful ambience. Most importantly, it is a method of honoring your needs and ensuring your home serves you, not the reverse. If you are still viewing and finding these insights valuable, please comment space below. It assists us in knowing we are on the correct path. And if you have not yet, press that subscribe button and activate the bell so you do not miss future videos. Your support is immensely meaningful and helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Category 5, keepsakes without a current place. Finally, and often the most challenging category for anyone, but especially for those of us past 70, are keepsakes that have, over time, perhaps lost their true position or significance in your daily existence. I'm referring to old correspondence, dimmed snapshots stored in boxes, presents from long past, mementos from journeys, or containers overflowing with your grandchildren's crafts from their early years. Over the decades, these souvenirs can quietly multiply until they occupy storage rooms, basements, and plastic bins, creating a weight of memories that can become more overpowering than truly soothing. Emotionally, retaining every single memento can create a subconscious load. It can make you feel anchored in the past, rather than fully present and engaged with today. Physically, these items occupy prime space in your home, often in hard-to-reach places, meaning you seldom appreciate them anyway, which defeats their very intention. As we contemplate a rich, complete life, the sheer amount of sentimental items can become overpowering. The procedure of handling them can evoke powerful feelings, sometimes even a hint of sorrow for what has passed. But here is a crucial reality. True memory is not bound to a physical object. It is deeply embedded in your heart and your narratives. If you feel a twinge of remorse every time you notice those dusty containers, or if the idea of sorting through them fills you with apprehension, then these items are not bringing you joy, but rather a quiet, often unacknowledged emotional weight. You deserve to feel light and free. Releasing sentimental clutter does not mean erasing your past or forgetting the incredible people and experiences that shaped you. Not at all. It means choosing to honor the most meaningful memories while gently relinquishing the burden of retaining every minor thing. Your cherished memories endure in your heart and your incredible stories, not just in the objects you keep. There was a wonderful gentleman I once knew named Robert in his early 80s. He held on to numerous boxes absolutely filled with his grandchildren's old school projects, academic awards, and sincere notes from companions. He realized most of these items had not been seen in ages. With some affectionate help from his son, Robert gently sorted through each box, meticulously choosing just a handful of items that truly meant the most to him. They created a small remembrance nook in his den, attractively exhibiting his favorite images and notes. The remainder he gently released, and he told me he felt a sense of relief and liberation that truly astonished and pleased him. So, here is a heartfelt approach. Gather all your sentimental items in one location. Hold each item and sincerely ask yourself, does this genuinely bring me joy or solace today? Does it have a cherished place in my life now? If yes, find a special location for it where you can view and value it. If not, consider releasing it with gratitude. Many find it extremely helpful to keep just one small container or display area for their most prized mementos. And here is an excellent suggestion. Take attractive photographs of items you wish to remember but no longer need to keep physically. That way you preserve the memory without retaining the tangible object. Share mementos with family members who might truly cherish them or pass them along to friends. By doing this, you not only free up room in your home, but also share your memories and heritage in a manner that connects and enriches others' lives. It is a beautiful act of sharing. The process of releasing sentimental clutter can evoke powerful emotions, and that is completely normal. Permit yourself to remember, reflect, and when necessary, grieve the passage of time. But know that the freedom and lightness that come from letting go will grant you more space, both physically and emotionally, to genuinely enjoy the present and welcome wonderful new experiences. You deserve a home that reflects who you are now, not just who you were. By gently curating your sentimental items, you give yourself the gift of clarity, comfort, and room to grow in the years ahead. Clearing out what no longer serves you is not just a task, but truly an act of profound self-care and love. Now, I have one important question for you. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself after watching this presentation to bring more peace and simplicity into your home this week? Please share your commitment in the comments below. Let's inspire one another. If you found value and comfort in our time together, please give this presentation a like. To continue journeying with us, press that subscribe button. It's more than subscribing. It's uniting with a supportive community. And finally, share this presentation with someone who needs to hear this message today. Thank you for watching. Stay well, stay insightful, and I will see you in our next conversation.